Great. Okay, and we're live. So welcome, everyone. Thank you all for joining us here today. Welcome to the Chainlink live stream with Konomi. My name is Mike from the Chainlink community team, and I'm really excited to have with us here today, Jayden from Konomi. So Jayden, welcome, and thank you for joining us here today.
Hi, the Chainlink community and also the Konomi community. Great to be part of this AMA.
Excellent. Great. So I just want to give everyone kind of a quick overview of what to expect for today's AMA. So really want to just want to thank every single one of you for being here today, for the Konomi community and the Chainlink community for joining us. The goal of this AMA is really to learn more about the Konomi project and how they're integrating with Chainlink's decentralized Oracle network. We're going to be going through some questions that we have for Jayden, and I understand that he has a nice little surprise for the community later down the AMA as well. Once that's done, we will, towards the end, start taking questions from the YouTube live chat. So please, guys, feel free to drop your questions in the live chat, and we'll try to get to you a little bit later down the line in the interview. So without further ado, Jayden, perhaps you could start this off by telling us and telling the community a little bit about yourself and your background.
Okay, sure. So yeah, I'm Julian here. So I'm the co-founder and CEO of Konomi Network. So yeah, I've been working in Singapore since graduation from national universities with a bachelor in electrical engineering. So before I joined in Konomi, actually, I wasn't in the crypto industries. So I work as the regional managers for OFOs. Yeah, I also founded a few tech startups, including like a WeCharge, Mouse Life, etc. So yeah, but back in 2015, so personally, I become like individual investors in crypto. So yeah, I mean, the reason why we founded Konomi is because last year, back in the August last year, so I kind of like discussed with Ariel, who is the founder of Konomi, saying that wow, we should do a great project in Polkadot because we're kind of like influenced by one of our seniors. Yes, his name is Yaoqi. He's a technical head of Parity Asia. So yeah, he really influenced us by sharing what the vision of Web3 and wise Polkadot. So we got this ideas to do our device projects on Polkadot. So we started this project back in October last year, officially. So for now, most of our team members, they are still like based in China. We are also like Web3 grant recipient, but we also have deliver our grant. So yeah, it's great to have this AMA here with Chainlink.
Yeah. Excellent. Thanks for sharing that. And if you can, Jayden, could you tell us, perhaps in a high level, what Konomi aims to solve and what problem it aims to solve?
Yeah, of course. We would like to provide our users with like one-stop asset management experience. Because if you look at all the applications on Ethereum now, like none of them are close to any applications in the fiat world or in traditional internet IT. So yeah, so because of the low transaction fee, the high gas fee, so for us, yeah, we would rather to like enable financial applications on Ethereum to seamlessly connect to the Polkadot ecosystem, and also to provide the user with a complete asset management experience. That's why we are building liquidity protocols and also a lending market, which is something like infrastructures for the cross-chain money markets. Yeah.
Excellent. When it comes to the product, right, I understand when we drill down into it, the Konomi product set, you've got Konomi Trade, you've got Konomi Lend, and also the Konomi Wallet. Could you maybe tell us a little bit more about that, or is there anything you could share?
Okay, yeah, sure. So maybe I will share about what is Konomi Trade and what is Konomi Wallet first. Yeah, so for Konomi Trade, it's like a DEX, so it's like a swap modules. Yeah, where the user functions like a Uniswap, so where the user they can just swap their assets. So the beauty of this product is that it can connect or integrate for lending modules. So basically, it can be you can do price fit if the liquidity is good, and you also add on more user scenarios. For example, like the user they can do a swap first before they lend or borrow. So it's kind of like add an average to their trade. So yeah, so actually for the swap modules, we have nearly completed So probably we'll release another demos on the swap modules in a couple of weeks' time. I mean, for Konomi wallets, well, it's something that we plan to do, but we didn't really like prioritize on Konomi wallets because I mean there are a lot of existing wallets which are good. I mean, for Polkadot ecosystem, there are also like other projects who are doing wallets. So we will see if their wallets is good enough to fit into our products. They say if they're good, okay, maybe we don't have to do it. So yeah, if we don't think their product is good enough, then we will develop our own wallets. So for Konomi wallets, right, it helps to aggregate the users' positions in decentralized wallets and to manage the active position, yeah, in the different protocols. So that's special things about the Konomi wallets. Okay, we will get it done in the later stage compared to the land and the trade. So I mean, for Konomi land, that's probably the highlights of today's AMS. So I don't think I don't have to do an explanation. I will just show you guys a quick demo of what is Konomi land.
Absolutely. Let's have a look.
So is it good? Can everybody see it?
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay. Hey guys, this will be our first ever.
Yeah, before I say the demo is done by our tech lead Wills. Yeah, so yeah, he's explaining everything.
Demo of our product platform. So currently you're seeing is our UI, and this is connected to our chain, which is hosted in the cloud in a private network. So today I'll just walk you through very briefly of how our product platform works and how you can interact with all the different functionalities. So what you're seeing now is the dashboard. So currently I'm connected to my wallet, which is Willis. And then here we have a faucet symbol. So then once you click on it, and then you increase your wallet balance. So anyway, this is a simulated, basically a simulated asset so that you can interact, and you have some initial assets so that you can interact with the functionalities. So here we have the total supply. So it basically means how much you have supplied in all the pools that we support. And this is the aggregated value in USD. And we have the borrow limit. Basically, it's the maximum amount that you can borrow in USD. So you can see that the borrow limit is slightly less than the total supply. So this is because there's some collateral factor, the safe factor that we consider. So this is to protect the assets. And the total borrow, so it's basically the total amount in USD that you have borrowed in all of our pools. And the total wallet balance basically is the amount that you have in your wallet aggregated together. The health index probably is worth more explanation. So basically it's just an indicator of how healthy your account is. So you should always keep your health index above the liquidation threshold, which is currently 1. So below the liquidation threshold, your account will be liquidated. So always keep in mind, keep it above the liquidation threshold. So currently mine is 5.7. So how it's calculated, basically, it just takes the total borrow limit divided by the total borrow. That's how you get your health index. So with that, we'll come to the asset summary. So this is a very high-level summary of all the assets that you own, and you have borrowed, and you have supplied, and what's the price and value, basically in your wallet, the wallet balance. So something worth attention is the price. So how we get, you can see actually the prices are changing. So this is live feed from some of the exchanges that we collect. So this is our own implementation. We have done this through our off-chain worker in Substrate. And of course, what we want to do is integrate with Chainlink. So we are very hyped and we're very excited to bring on board Chainlink's Substrate palette so that we can integrate in our system and we have a more robust and reliable Oracle solution. So for now, it's just our own Substrate, our own implementation. For demo purposes, I think it's good enough. But for production, we need Chainlink. Okay, anyway, with that, it can conclude our dashboard summary. And then let's go to invest. So basically, this is where you can actually play around with our system. So if we click on to Kono, so if I want to supply, I want to supply more because I have 9. So I want to borrow some dot maybe. So I just, for example, I just a number come to my mind is maybe 2. It's a lucky number. Anyway, so once I supply 2, I should be okay. I need to keep my password. I just wait for the transaction to finish. Currently, you can see it's blocking, and in the future, we're optimizing this to make it non-blocking. And of course, always optimization will come in handy in the future. So we just wait for this to finish, and like that, you finished. Okay, so currently you can see we have the total supply. The current supply is 10, and let me just do some borrowing. So I have my borrow balance is already 1. So let me just say borrow 1 more, or maybe borrow 1.5, or maybe 10. Just whatever, just for a simple demonstration. Let's do this 1, and we should be able to see. Similarly, just wait for a while, and we should be able to see the numbers changing. Okay, so currently see the APIs will change accordingly, and we have the current borrower balance is just 2 dots. And then, for example, if you want to repay, for example, after a while, I don't feel like I want to hold any, I can pay the 2 dots that I have borrowed. So, okay, similarly, just wait for a while, and just wait for it to finish. And anyway, so like I said, of course, there are lots of things that we still plan to do, and we're hoping to do. And this is the first thing we will tackle next in terms of the UI. Okay, anyway, so this borrow balance is now 0, and I have 34 available in my wallet. So with that, you can see the API is also changed. And with that, I think it's a very brief walkthrough of our whole system. So hope it's very clear and simple to use.
Yeah, hey,
Great.
yeah.
That was amazing. Thank you for sharing that, Jayden. Wow, I think that was really impressive. Great to see the amount of work that's been put into that. I mean, the UI UX really well done and really elegant there. And I understand this is indeed the first time you're showing this, right? So those of you in the live stream, guys, this is indeed quite a treat for you. You've seen it here first.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a demo of our landing project. Actually, all the developments has been done at least like a month and a half ago. So in terms of development, apart from the UI UX, we designed this UI UX pretty recently, but all the backend works have been done like at least a month ago. So in terms of development, actually, we are like 1 month ahead of this demo. So yeah, we have done a lot of more stuff. Yeah, so just to make it a little bit on the Oracle part, I mean, for the Oracle, of course, we are going to implement with Chainlink, but the reason why we are doing our own Oracle is more for like experiment and learning purposes. So the tech teams, they have a better understanding of how Oracle works. It will better facilitate our implementations with Chainlink. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think we are good to move on. Hope the community likes our products.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks again for sharing that, Jayden. And in fact, I wanted to learn a little bit more about, since you showed us the platform then over there and kind of, what the vision is. Could you talk a little bit more about how you guys see governance, and then you talked about how important the community is, and how does Konomi see kind of your governance vision in the next iteration and as you progress?
Wow, cool. So actually, for now, we are working on the governance modules. I mean, we are in the midst of the governance module developments. Probably will be done in about 2 to 3 weeks time. So yeah, I mean, it's actually in terms of technical aspect, it's not difficult just to develop governance modules. The difficult part is making like it has to be decentralized. It has to be like reasonable. Yeah, because I mean, we just can't let the community decide everything. I mean, sometimes the communities they make decisions that's popular that may not be correct for the projects. So yeah, so we are still thinking like about like which parameters that can be set by the communities, and how are they going to set all these parameters. Of course, there are certain parameters we decide that we can let the community decide. For example, like which assets you would like to support as collaterals in the pool, as well as like the token burn ratios. Currently, initially we're setting as 50%, but maybe we'll let the community to decide if they want to change the token burn ratios, as well as the liquidity mining ratios. We'll let the community to decide all these parameters first. Then subsequently, we will add more parameters that can be decided or adjusted by the communities through the governance module. Yeah, so please stay tuned with us for the updates on our governance modules. You guys will see it in about 2 to 3 weeks time. Yeah, then
2 to 3 weeks time. Excellent.
Yeah, we can do another. Maybe we can do a 2-year test nets. Then we can let the community to try out for the first time. Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. Thanks for sharing that, Jayden. It's very exciting, and love how you guys are thinking about really involving the community and how you think about governance. And just want to shift gears here and kind of talk a little bit about what you alluded to earlier, especially in that presentation, right? When I believe your colleague was talking about the integration with Chainlink, and I wanted to bring it to that. So could you perhaps share with the community here what what Konomi is thinking kind of long term, and how you will really be integrating Chainlink's decentralized, kind of Chainlink decentralized Oracle network? What are kind of the use cases you'll be seeing on kind of in the short term, but also perhaps how it could evolve in the long term?
Wow. Yeah. Sure. I mean, like Chainlink is a big brand when it comes to Oracle solutions, because you guys provide like a very solid Oracle solutions in terms of the space, in terms of the reliabilities, and the way that you aggregate the price. Yeah, that's why we already prioritize our implementations with Chainlinks. Yeah, actually we had a call with your tech teams a few days ago. So we are talking about like maybe we should do like possible implementation on testnet first. Yeah, we really like to be the first Polkadot based project that's implemented with your substrate palettes. Then subsequently we can move on to the parachains when the auction slot starts, or when Konomi secures auctions. Yeah, I mean for use case, it's pretty like very simple and straightforward. We are a lending project. Price matters. Price means everything to us, apart from the liquidation model and all the interest rate model. Yeah, I mean the way we make ourselves competitive or attractive to the user is that we have a better aggregations in terms of price. Yeah, that could ultimately draw a lot of users. So we believe that Chainlink will definitely helps us a lot in these aspects. On top of the, as I mentioned just now, we are doing a swap modules. So when the liquidity is good, actually we can like do some combinations between the swap module and the Chainlink oracles. So we can like even better optimize the price. Maybe you can do a price fee based on the weighted average kind of stuff. Yeah, so that could be one areas that we would like to work on apart from straight implementation of Chainlink oracles.
Yeah, absolutely, and really excited to see how that evolves in the next few weeks and months, and then again, happy to have your support as well, making that happen. So excellent. So I want to share a little bit of some of the questions that we're getting from the community. So of course you have a very active community here, and there's quite a few of them who are joining us. So thank you guys for dropping your questions. So the first question I'd like to kind of bring up here was about kind of what is or what has been really the most challenging or satisfying achievement that you guys have been working on in Konomi. So I'm sure there's many, but is there anything that kind of comes to mind?
Yeah. Maybe I'll talk about those memorable moments or achievements that we had. So maybe talk about like what's the most challenging parts of this of the project first. Yeah, I would say it's a little bit challenging for the dev teams, because our dev team they used to work with projects on Ethereum, but that Solidity is pretty different from the language that we use in substrates. Yeah, I mean they take a pretty long time to learn Rust and to do all these codings on substrate, and there wasn't a lot of substrate builder at this point of time. But Parity is actually doing a pretty good job. They set up a lot of boot camps and online workshops to kind of like teach all the programmers they want to learn about codings on substrates. But still, I mean, just like a lack of substrate builders for now. Yeah, it's quite hard to get experience or to hire experienced substrate builders. So that could be one challenging part for this project. Yeah. So what we do is that actually we train our own substrate builders. Yeah. We hire like people who have experience in blockchain, but it's not necessary to know about substrates, and we will train them. So yeah, so that could be one challenging part. So when it comes to the most satisfying achievements, yeah, there's actually quite a lot, but we are seeing the most satisfying. I think it's about I finally get a chance to work with my schoolmates. You know, like most of our core members, we are college mates back in the college days. So we have been graduated for like about 4 to 5 years. We graduated in 2017. So I mean, after our graduations, we went to like different industries, but because of this project, we finally get together and we work together. Yeah, so that could be the most satisfying moments for me.
Excellent. Thanks for sharing that. I'm looking through some other questions here, and then there's one about kind of, the user wants to know about what is the history behind building and developing the project. So I think you kind of alluded to that you had an opportunity to work with your classmates and your friends there. But yeah, maybe walk us through the history of Konomi. How did you guys come up with the concept? How did it come to fruition? And really, part of the question here also wants to know about, why was Polkadot chosen?
Yeah, of course. It's a pretty common question. Like people always ask, why do you guys choose Polkadot when it's not ready, when even like Polkadot itself is not ready, right? We choose Polkadot because of following reasons. Like first of all, we believe in Gary. Yeah, it's just that simple. Yeah, his resume speaks for himself. We believe in the vision of Web3, and most importantly, when it comes to the technical structure of Polkadot, it just has a better technical structure, even comparing to Ethereum 2.0, or we compare with another cross-chain public chain like Cosmos. Yeah, so we choose Polkadot because it has like the best balance between scalability, decentralization, and security. Yeah, because we really believe that the structure between the relay chain and parachains, yeah, it's just a better combinations compared to Cosmos of the Zone plus Hub structures. So that's the reason why we choose Polkadot, because of its better technical structures, which will ultimately have like a higher transaction speed, and you also allow cross-chain transactions. So yeah, so we believe there's like a lot of potentials in Polkadot. So at this stage of time, you look at most of the projects in the Polkadot ecosystem, I think we are still quite like a phase one. Yeah. So what I'm saying about phase one is that we are still like trying to like migrating projects like Ethereum to Polkadot. So a lot of projects that actually like doing what's already have on Ethereum. So even for us, like people always ask me, so what's the difference between the Compound and Konomi? It's all right. We do something that's already have, but when it comes to phase two, is when parachain itself is ready, then we can explore the maximum potential of Polkadot. Then we can be more creative when it comes to the products. Yeah.
Yeah, excellent. Question here was also kind of related to the history of Konomi, and the user wants to know what does the name Konomi mean?
Yeah, Konomi actually it means I think it means happiness in Japanese. I'm not sure. I'm sure someone told me about this, but for us, we name our project Konomi. Yeah, it's because like it's a name of a cafe. Yeah, so it's a place that's pretty important for us, because I always like to hang around with Ariel in this cafe. So one day that we will sit down in this cafe, then we have this conversation, then we started this project. So yeah, it's a place where we have the idea of doing Konomi. So we name our projects in the name of Konomi. Yeah.
That's excellent. And this cafe, is this in Singapore?
Yeah, it's not in Singapore. It's in China. Yeah.
Okay. I was hoping to visit that. Oh, cool. Thanks for sharing a little bit of history there behind the name. So another question here, and I'm just jumping into kind of the NFT, let's say, craze, right? There's a lot of hype and discussion about
Yeah.
NFTs, and yeah, as we all know. So the question here is, will borrowing against NFTs ever be a part of your product offering in the future? Is this something that you guys are perhaps thinking about?
Yes, yes, so it's definitely something we are thinking about, but I mean, it's not so easy to make NFT as a collateral because there's a completely different economy model behind NFTs. So we are working closely with our economy researchers. Yeah, recently we onboard some economy researchers. Yeah, their PhDs in finance and economy. We also like to onboard another advisors in future. Yeah, he has like lots of experience from Wall Street, from traditional finance. That should be joining us as our economy advisors. So yeah, when it comes to NFTs, I mean, yeah, it's really cool if we can make NFT as collaterals. But yeah, there are a lot of like mathematics has to be done behind the scenes. It's not just easy to say that okay, we are going to make NFT as collaterals. Then it takes some time to do all the to build up all the economy models because we are a lending project to like be responsible for all the users. Yeah. So we are working on that, but we also like to have like more collaborations with other NFT projects. Yes, and we also have some pretty exciting news coming in about a week or two times. It's about another corporation with a very good or solid NFT projects. Yeah, so I will keep it a secret here. Yeah, so please follow us. Yeah, in order to know like what's going on exactly.
Excellent, excellent. That was very close to an alpha leak there, Jayden, but I'm sure the community appreciates that slight hint there. So that's exciting. I'm sure those of you who are keen, do stay tuned and kind of follow Konomi on their social media channels for that. So cool. So there's a lot more questions coming in. So one here is kind of the community wants to know what they can do, if there's anything they can possibly do to help you guys secure a parachain. Any
Oh
advice on
yeah,
that and what you have to
yeah,
say?
of course, yeah. I mean, I really appreciate this question from the
Yes.
community. It shows a lot to ask. I mean, it shows just trust on us. So of course, like yeah, we do have a lot of campaigns related to the apparition auctions coming in the next couple of weeks. But yet, we closely related to the time where the auction starts because for now, actually, we don't really have like a exact time about the auctions, right? So people estimated it to be somewhere in May or June, but seems it's going to be delayed again because they haven't confirmed the date for Kusama Ocean at this moment of time. But already planned a lot of like campaigns for the upcoming auctions, and it's going to be very incentivized. Yeah, we reserve lots of konos for the upcoming auctions. So yes, well, of course we will give them as incentives to the communities who support us for the auctions, even if we didn't win the auctions. Yeah.
That's excellent. Yeah, it's absolutely great to see the amount of support that the community is willing to provide, especially in these early days. So that's nice to hear. Thanks for sharing that as well, Jayden. So just still along the lines of kind of the community-related questions here, there's one about whether or not you will be considering or having a kind of an ambassador program, a community ambassador for some of the countries that you're kind of targeting, that you're looking to expand into. Is there something you could share on that?
Yeah, actually, we launched ambassador programs a couple of weeks ago. Actually, we do select a few ambassadors. Yeah, we will try to get them more involved into the works because people really don't really know who's our ambassadors. But actually, we have selected a few from our past ambassador programs. As we expand our communities, we would like to have maybe another rounds of ambassador programs. Yeah, so we can have like more exposures in different regions. Yeah.
Excellent. Thanks for sharing that. another question here, a couple of questions actually around, so obviously there's a lot of interest on kind of the parachain auction, which we talked about, which you addressed earlier. There's also a lot of questions here coming in about, whether or not you will be participating in Kusama as well in any way. Is there anything you can share about that?
Yes, yeah. I don't think we are going to participate in Kusama auctions because for now we are not really prepared for the Kusama because we just want to go for the DOS auctions. Yeah, I mean we haven't complete our crowdfunding modules, but it will definitely be done before the DOS auctions. I'm not sure whether we can get it done before the Kusama auctions because a lot of people are saying that it's just near the corner and then it could be somewhere in mid-April or late April. Yeah, so probably we won't be going for the Kusama auctions, but the Kusama auctions could be a very good indicators for the DOT auctions. So we can actually estimate maybe the amount of dots that we need to have to win the auctions, and we can also monitor and review the performance of other projects on the Kusama auctions and to optimize our strategies for the DOT auctions.
Yeah, absolutely. Makes a lot of sense. Thanks for sharing that, Jayden. Great. So we're kind of wrapping up here with the questions. I do have a couple of more on my end, and really it's more on the general sense, right? So obviously you shared quite a bit about what to look forward to, but Jayden, maybe you could share with the community as well, kind of in a very high level. What does 2021 look like for Konomi? What could you share in terms of is next on the product roadmap? So we know that obviously you shared a little bit with the video, and that's absolutely exciting. But is there anything else that you kind of want to share, and what you'll be focusing on for let's say Q3, Q4 later this year?
Okay, sure. I mean, DeFi is continually growing in 2021. Definitely, no question here. But the TVL won't be. I mean, the growth in TVLs won't be as much as what's happening in 2020 because you look at the early stage of 2020 to the end of 2020, the TVL increased by 40 times for DeFi. But the reason behind it is because of the price increase in tokens because of these bullish markets. So I mean, in 2021, the DeFi is definitely going to grow too, but it won't be growing as fast as what's happening in 2020 in terms of TVL. And for us, of course, like we still have lots of developments that's to be done. Like I mentioned just now, we are working on the crowdfunding modules. We are working on the governance modules. Yeah, we are also working on the implementations with Chainlink. I mean, down the road, yeah, we would like to get our swap module done before the end of Q2. Then we will try to connect the swap module with the lending modules. We would also like to maybe apply another grants from Web3 foundations since we are building a new project, new products that could be a fixed interest rate lending products. So for now, the lending rate is variable interest rate. So we are also designing a fixed interest rate lending products. Probably we'll apply for one more grant after if we get everything done by April or May. Yeah, so that's basically our roadmap for 2021. Most importantly, we try to get our mainnet launch by 2021, but it's not something that decided by us. Yeah, it's decided by Parity and Polkadot. Yeah, we have to wait until Polkadot is ready, and it's also depending on our performance in the slot auction.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's really quite a lot to expect for the year. Really exciting stuff, and yeah, I'm sure the community can't wait to see all of that happen as the year progresses. So thanks for sharing that, Jayden. So as you were kind of describing that, there was one more question that popped up, and I think this one is definitely worth asking. So, Jayden, there's a question here about kind of an implementation of flash loans on Konomi. Is that something that is possible or you guys are thinking of?
Oh wow! That must be a question for some RV fans, right? So yeah, that could be possible. That definitely could be possible. So we are also thinking about implementing a flash loan because I mean there is a demand or need for this type of products. Yeah, so of course we would like to have more derivatives and have more products, but before everything, we want to make our lending project or our current lending products more solid before we implement with other products.
Excellent. Thanks for answering the question there, Jayden. So yeah, that pretty much wraps up what we have for today. Before we go, Jayden, could you perhaps share with the community where would be the best place to kind of learn more about what's going on with the project and kind of any updates to really follow?
Okay, yeah, you guys may just join us on our Telegram groups, follow us on Twitter, and follow us on Medium. By the way, we are going to publish our monthly updates in a couple of days' time. So, we will basically summarize everything we've done in March. So, it will be post on next Monday or Tuesday. Yeah, so yeah, just feel free to join us on all the social media channels. And yeah, I know there are some scam or fake groups. So yeah, please check whether you have joined the right group.
Yeah, absolutely. It's very important to make sure that you stay very careful and make sure you're in the right channels there. So we'll make sure to add all the official channels on Konomi on the description here on this this YouTube. Yeah, so great. Once again, I want to thank every single one of you from the community. Thank you for the community joining us today. Thank you, Konomi community, Chainlink community, and really the greater crypto community out there watching us and tuning in. Fantastic questions. I hope you guys had a treat here, kind of seeing some of the very first footage that Jayden had shared on the platform. Jayden, thank you so much for joining us here with the Chainlink team. Thank you so much. Have a great day.